So here's an example of what I mean by CinemaScope. If you imagine this screen is a normal 16:9 TV or projector screen, and you watch a movie, what you'll commonly see is this, right? You've got black bars on the top and bottom. When you have a projector that's projecting this image, you have a lot of wasted space on your normal 16:9 screen. Now, that's not always the case. As an example, in this movie, they have IMAX scenes, which are not letterboxed with black bars on top and bottom, but it switches back and forth. As a compromise to that, or as an alternative, some people like to have a screen that is a different aspect ratio than 16:9. All right, so some people have a screen that is actually a different aspect ratio like this. So this is like 2.4:1 or CinemaScope 2.39:1, something like that. So then when you watch the movie, you can get a much wider screen, but now it becomes more cinematic when you watch it. Without going taller, you can just go wider. However, then you have some movies that switch, just like The Dark Knight. So now this is IMAX. So there's image on the top and bottom of this rolling off. So if my screen is only this big, I'll lose that. Additionally, when I exit my interface, I go back to my menus, I'm missing part of the menu on the top and bottom. So when I say, does it support CinemaScope, client side, it's does the interface, can you set the interface to constrain itself within those parameters? So like on this Windows PC, I can do that. So that's step one, is will the interface stay within those bounds? This is called constant image height. So I've now said I'm doing 2.41 to 1 aspect ratio. So now my user interface does fit within those bounds. Now if we do that and play that same movie, we will see that this scene now has full height. But what happens when we go back to letterbox? Well, we're still wasting that space. It's not expanding the image to auto-fill the screen. So that's where another aspect of this is to detect black bars and to auto-crop them. That's another thing I can do on Windows, specifically in this situation, with a script that, this is an MPV script. Now it doesn't work as well as I would like it to, but it does work. So now, there's a script that will detect the frames coming from the movie. If it detects black bars, it will zoom and expand the image. Cool. All right, so now what it should do, okay, it detected the black bars and it expanded the image to fill my screen now. So this is all client side. So if a client can do that, if it can say, constrain everything inside a different aspect ratio, then the entire user interface and my movies will all fit. So see how now it crops the black bars to fill vertically, so constant image height. And now when I switch to a full IMAX scene, there's black bars on the right and left. A lot of people prefer this because it's easier usually to fit a wider screen in a room than an increasingly taller screen. It also just looks better with a wider screen to a lot of people. So I don't want to get in trouble for too much of that. That's what I mean.